Okay, so I was originally going to be reviewing Sherlock Gnomes as my next movie review, but I discovered that it isn't coming out until May here in the UK. So I just decided to pick a different movie to do instead. And I chose a film that I was actually pretty interested in watching, which is a movie reboot of a movie which was based on a well-known game series, Tomb Raider. Now, to make this clear, I haven't played every Tomb Raider game. I've only played the 10th anniversary remake of the first game, but it was a demo on Steam. And I've played Rise of the Tomb Raider on Xbox One, but I never beat the game. I'll give this series a proper go at some point, like maybe play the original games, but for now I'll be sticking with one game series as there's a remaster for that game coming out soon. So this movie is a reboot of a previous movie that came out years ago, and I haven't watched that either due to how many people said it was shit, as most other movies based on video games intend to be. An example is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. There's lots of these bad movies. These movies will be saved for another time. So let's focus on the movie we're here for, being the Tomb Raider movie. Now this movie takes the plot of the Tomb Raider game released back in 2013 as a reboot of the actual game series. Interesting how we've got a reboot of a game series which got a movie which is a reboot of the previous movie. I don't think we've ever seen a movie do that. A movie based on a game that is a reboot which is a reboot of a movie. Anyways, so how's the story? Well, the story is that Lara Croft is an independent daughter of an adventurer being her father, who vanished when Lara was just a teenager. As she's older at the age of 21, Lara gets given something from her father's will, which reveals something secret in the mansion that she once lived in. Lara finds a hidden room with her father's past research and finds some old documents of her father, and sets out to find out more. She meets someone named Lu Ren, whose father sold a boat to Lara's father, and they both work together to head to an island in the Devil's Sea, and Lara meets a man named Matthias, and is searching for a tomb to finish his task he was given. So Lara has to make sure that she can stop his plans and find out more about her father. Now just a reminder, I haven't played the 2013 Tomb Raider game, so I don't know how much from the game is in this movie. I can tell it isn't the whole game in this movie. I've heard fans say that's what was the disappointing part about the movie. But coming from someone who hasn't played the game, I can say that this was pretty good. Sure, if I played the game I probably would have had some complaints here and there, but I probably would still think of this as a good movie. It's definitely better than these movies. I can say that in my opinion we have our very first good live action movie based on a video game. But there are some problems, like there are some moments that were predictable from the perspective of someone who hasn't played the games. I believe there were moments that were trying to be funny, but I actually didn't find the small amount of jokes they had funny. Okay, maybe one was funny, but that's not enough. Now, there isn't jokes throughout the movie, but the ones that are in this movie, I think it would have been better without them. The characters I can say are pretty great. Lara, while struggling on the mystery of her father, is pretty interesting. I even like her fighting skills in this movie. It's like the fighting scenes in Wonder Woman, but without any swords, and it's in the modern day and on an island. Lu Ren is a decent character. In a way, he's the sidekick to Lara, but he isn't really a sidekick. I do like the fact that he helps Lara in some situations and stays for her just so Lara doesn't die in the end. Matthias is pretty good, as he's basically the villain of the story. He's mainly on the island with his workers to search for an ancient tomb, and he can become threatening as he does kill some people in this movie. Some of them were his workers, and Lara's father is pretty interesting. as he has a lot of mystery and did a lot of research for this tomb. We even get flashback moments with Lara and her father. It's usually him going away, leaving Lara. There isn't a lot of these flashbacks, so I think it's alright. Now there is CGI in this movie, but I think it isn't very common. I believe the main parts of the CGI are just parts of the locations we go to in this movie, and removing anything that's not needed in this movie, like any ropes or such. And there is a point where they use it on the characters, but it's only in the third act. I've said it once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it a third time. CGI in movies is pretty standard, so the CGI will be good anyways. The music is pretty well done. Some tracks are atmospheric to the locations the characters go to, or what's going on. Some tracks are even action-packed, which is great to listen to. And there's also the usual slow music for the slow parts of the movie, which is always nice. Overall, Tomb Raider 2018 is a pretty good movie. As I said earlier, I think this will be, in my opinion, the first good live-action movie based on a video game. As of now, there's only 3 movies based on video games I think are good, such as this movie, the Angry Birds movie, and of course, for those who know me well, the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA. Yes, that is correct. I like the Angry Birds movie. And while the Sonic OVA has the worst acting in any animated video game movie, I like everything else about it. As I've said for the other movies I've mentioned, that's a review for another day. So I think in terms of ranking Angry Birds, Sonic OVA, and Tomb Raider, I think it'll be Sonic OVA on the bottom of the good list, then Angry Birds, and then Tomb Raider. So as of now, Tomb Raider 2018 is my favorite movie based on a video game. But the best video game movie to me has to be Wreck-It Ralph. Will I watch it again? Absolutely. Do I think it's the best movie of the year? Not really. But this was really enjoyable. I highly recommend this movie to fans of live action movies, or action movies, or even movies that have a female lead instead of a male lead. The fans of the video game series, however, I suggest you keep in mind that it isn't going to be accurate to the 2013 game. Just keep that in mind. Tomb Raider 2018. So far, in my opinion, the best movie based on a video game.
Well, that was pretty fun. I hope other movies based on video games do something like what Tomb Raider did, and maybe take a plot from a video game or something. I hope the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie is good, but I'm not gonna put up my hopes too high. So, for my next movie review... Wait, what day is it? Infinity War. So join me next time on my next movie review, where I'll be reviewing the latest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Avengers Infinity War. Till then, take care, guys.